Welcome back.
Welcome back, Batman.
Hens is in the house.
Riddle me this.
That is not what this episode is about.
It could be.
Today we are going
we just
to
run through a list and do all of our Batman's Rogues Gallery impressions.
We will not be doing that. We will be
Tune in
chatting
next week
about restaurant experiences, be it restaurant and or food experiences, be it good or bad. But let's start with, tell me some of the restaurant experiences that you had when you were younger, like when you were growing up with your family. What did you do? Where did you go? Tell me the things.
I will preface with, I don't really remember a lot of food experiences. I love food. I love eating, but
nothing really stands out
places,
to you.
Yeah, like eating experiences when I'm in them are like, oh, this is really good, or oh, this is not very good, but it doesn't usually stick with me for longer than an hour after I've eaten there. And then it's kind of like,
Rip.
you know.
Rip.
When I was a kid, restaurant eating experiences. I mean, I remember as a kid, like going to Olive Garden was like the thing to do. It was like, oh,
I think we all thought that Olive Garden was
right, yeah. Until you're about
bougie.
like 15, it's
Right.
like, oh, we're going to Olive Garden.
And
It's
then
so
you're like,
great.
Olive
And then
Garden
you
is
kinda
Italian
like,
Denny's.
you just kind of grow up and you're like, Olive Garden sucks, except for their salad, which is usually bomb.
That is true.
I love salad.
I still like their fettuccine Alfredo.
Freaking love salad. Anyways,
I like Olive Garden because it's probably the only Italian we have in Sioux Falls. So
things that also really stick out to me were,
special occasion places.
well, I was going to say going to Tennessee and going to Cherokee Grill. That was always like a really big thing.
Vacation.
We had to always
Eateries.
hit up the Cherokee Grill. The Park Grill also kind of became our thing a little bit later, but Cherokee Grill is the one that's like
Ingrained.
grilled into my memory of...
Grilled?
Yeah, seared into my memory of
Wasn't that the place where Silas dropped the mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, so Cherokee Grill, great place. Waiters,
talk
if
about
you
Silas
ever
and
worked
mac
at the
and
Cherokee Grill and you found some mac and cheese shoved in between the cushion and the wall, it was Silas. He did it. I don't know. I think that he had the mac and cheese. So like the table and the bench and the like seat bench, whatever it is, booth, I guess,
We're separated.
were a little bit away from the wall, like that much space. And he had like the mac and cheese here or something because he had his plate here. So he put the box here to like scoop it in. And he goes like this and like puts it in and it like flips over and then like falls into the crack. And so he just left it. I was like, okay.
Oh, sorry, Cherokee Grill and Place.
So yeah, Cherokee Grill, Park Grill. For like special occasions in Florida, our usual go-to spot was Benihana,
Bougie.
which is a hibachi place where they make the food right in front of you.
Yeah.
And they like flip the shrimp tails and they're like, oh,
And they do like the
into the
onion,
hat. And they're like,
the
oh, into the pocket.
onion
And then yeah, they
volcano thingy.
stack the volcano or the
Onion
onions up.
rings,
But they
yeah.
usually did a train for us.
yeah.
And then they put it in like ding 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 doo doo ding ding ding. And they bang their spatula. And you're just like sitting, you're like, oh, he's making a train.
Can attest to that. The couple of times that I was with you guys for special occasions, be it someone's birthday or graduation or anniversary or something to that extent, we went to Benihana. Those are the only times I've ever been
I will
to
say
Benihana.
Benihana has that. It's like a clear onion soup, something like that. I don't know what it is. It's a Japanese onion soup of some sort, and I love it. I think it's got green onions in it. If I remember correctly,
like
green onions.
because it's not egg drop soup. I would like to say it's like wonton soup without the wontons. Like you just take the wontons out and it's that.
Maybe I don't know enough about Japanese cuisine.
If anybody knows, let us know. It's good stuff.
As already discussed, my favorite
Genre
food
of
is Chipotle. So I do very vividly, not vividly, but I do remember my first time going to Chipotle.
That's exciting. Tell me.
We were going.
I also remember my first time at Chipotle. And,
So we were going to play at Plantation, the high school Calvary band.
Okay.
We were going to go play at Plantation in the sanctuary. I don't remember why, but we were going to do that. So
For those of you remembering, we met at Plantation. Carry on.
you were not there.
I was not there
I think you were
at
in
this
Florida
point.
at this point.
Nope.
So Bobby was driving his truck, and we had like all of our instruments in the back of his truck. And Bobby was driving his truck. I was sitting in the middle, and then I believe Esteban was sitting next to me.
Okay.
And then I think Scotty was sitting on Esteban's lap.
Lovely.
And Bobby had a stick shift truck. So
Oh no.
me and Bobby got pretty acquainted. All right. To and from Plantation.
Oh man. Bobby knows how to drive a stick shift. Now I know that.
I would assume so. I don't know anymore. I don't know what he drives
Oh,
now.
you never forget. It's like riding a bike.
Well, I learned how to drive a stick shift, but I probably don't remember how to drive a stick
Okay,
shift.
well, you weren't driving a stick shift
Right.
long enough. You
Right.
learned,
Right.
but
Yeah.
you weren't
So it's not like
actively
riding-
doing
I
it.
learned how to ride a bike a long time ago. I haven't ridden one in a long time. But so on the way there, I believe, or maybe it was after service, I don't remember. That was the first time I went to Chipotle, was with that group of
Oh,
people.
sure.
And I like walked in and had like no idea what to order, what to
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
And so I'm like, what's good here? How do you do this? What
Yeah.
like, it's like a line of food. Like what?
Nope.
And they're like, oh yeah, you just tell them what you want. And I'm like, okay. And everyone got a bowl. And I was like, okay.
I'll get
Because
a
everyone were like,
bowl.
get a bowl. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, you'll see at the end. And it's because you have a lid and you can shake
Shake
it.
it.
And that was the big reveal.
It is
well worth it, you know.
I do remember at one point going to Chipotle with a friend, and she was bonding with a boy because they shake their bowl the same at Chipotle.
Okay, how many ways can I mean?
Right.
You shake it like this. I mean, I don't see many people being like, like, you know, like,
Right. I
like,
just
oh, between the legs. Oh.
the shaking the bowl apparently was a big
I
deal.
guess so.
Anyway. carry on.
Let's see. Other memorable food places that I can think of is for my bachelor party. We went to one of those meat places.
Oh, I love that.
You know
so
what I'm
much.
saying, though?
Is it like a Brazilian steakhouse? Is that what
Yes,
it's called? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, where
Was
like
that-
the
did you guys
servers
go to
just
Carnival?
waiter. No, I think we went to
Shinju?
Texas Day, Brazil,
Oh yeah.
maybe.
Yep.
Where the people, they just walk around with big skewers of steak, and they're
Shave it
like,
off for ya.
"Would you like some steak, monsieur?" And you're like, "Yeah," and they're like,
Okay, they're
and
not
cuts them
French.
off. And you have a little like card, a little like coaster essentially
Oh.
next to you, and it's got a green side and a red side. And when it's on the green side, they're coming, they're asking you like, "You want more steak? You want more steak? You want more steak?" And then when you flip it to the red, they're like, "Well, like I don't want no more steak." So
yeah, that was.
I've only been to one of those places one time for my bachelor party, and it was really, really good. I ate a lot of steak. I also ate a lot of Chick-fil-A cookies that night.
Oh, did you guys get a platter of Chipotle cookies?
Yeah, we freaking did.
Incredible. And then you burned the towels.
Yeah,
Man, that was a good surprise for you.
burning the towels. That's a story all of itself, but
Yeah.
it's a sucky story because they didn't burn very well.
Oh, I'm actually not related to those people anymore, so it doesn't matter. We got some very atrocious towels for our like wedding, like as a wedding gift. Towels that we were like, ew. And Scotty, the callback, Ethan's best
If
friend.
he's even listening to these podcasts, calling Scotty out.
Maybe
If
he's
you
not
know
the best friend
Scotty,
anymore.
at him, being like, "Hey, why aren't you listening to Ethan and Nora's podcast?"
So
Loser. Okay, don't call him a loser. He's great. He's great. We love Scotty.
So
He's not a
Scotty had this
loser.
bright idea to burn the said towels. And I was just like, you have to do the responsible thing. It's a wedding gift. You can't do that. And
Well, because I had initially been like, I will burn these towels over keeping these towels.
yeah, something like that. So you guys
It was
started
like an
to cook up-
offhanded comment.
Yeah, offhanded comment, not a big thing. And I briefly ran it past my mom and she was like, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. So it was completely out of the question. But then I figured, we're getting married. This is our house. This is our decision. We can do whatever we want. And so Scotty he had the idea to burn the towels as like the last thing, just the two of you guys after your bachelor party. And so I packaged them up and snuck them off with your Xbox, which was also a secret. And I wasn't very sly about it. And I packaged them up and sent them off with you guys. And so that was the thing that you did. It was supposed to be this, like, set them on fire in the canal. Like, set them on
On
there.
a little boogie board,
Yeah,
but it
like
kept
this
floating back to the
little,
shore,
like,
and it didn't.
Viking
it was like a
voyage.
teeny little fire.
And didn't go as well. But it was still
It was
memorable.
it was still good bonding time.
Yeah. I think they were, like, brown and blue, or...
I have no idea.
I don't remember. They were not good.
I hardly remember what color our towels are now, so what
Green.
makes you think I'm gonna remember?
Great.
5 years ago.
So Texas Day Brazil, bachelor party. Great experience food-wise.
Yeah. So,
You think of any negative food experiences that you had?
nothing really comes to mind for me for negative food experiences.
I feel like your stomach doesn't do well with most fast food, so I would say like most fast food is a negative food experience for you.
I just don't eat most fast. Like,
surprisingly, not Taco Bell
right.
though.
I love
completely
Taco Bell.
opposite.
Taco Bell is great.
Everyone else.
It's mostly fast food burgers, I will say.
Oh.
Like burgers from McDonald's,
I would never eat
burger
it.
from
Well,
Burger
I won't say
King,
I
burgers
never.
from Wendy's.
The only burger I've
they're
ever
gonna make me sick.
like the only fast food
Burgers
burger.
from Culver's, totally fine. Burgers from
Maybe
Burger
because they're
Time,
fresh.
totally fine.
Burger Time. I would say that the only fast food burger I've ever had is from Wendy's. It was the only one that I was like, I think I could trust this. And I only did that.
That was one that after I was getting sick from eating McDonald's and Burger King, because growing up we went to McDonald's and Burger King,
Right.
fairly
often.
relatively often. Wasn't like
Right.
multiple times a week, but like maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a week. When we were doing PE,
Oh, sure.
we would usually pretty often get Burger King on the way home because it was like Friday nights and we oftentimes had other
But you
things
can do
going on.
breakfast at those places.
Yes, I can.
So it's just the burgers that are the problem.
I will say it's probably just burgers. I also don't do salads because I got a salad from McDonald's one time and that made me really sick.
But Wendy's was one that was still good for a while after the other one started.
Well, I
going
never really ate at Wendy's. We never really went to Wendy's.
bad. Sure. Listen, we just
But
got
then
to Wendy's.
I went there. I went there and was like, oh, I can't eat burgers from McDonald's and Burger King, but Wendy's is probably they have this never frozen, fresh, whatever.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, probably not, but
I
whatever.
trust them.
But so I had a burger from Wendy's and that also made me sick. So I haven't eaten I haven't eaten at
Interesting.
Wendy's
Since then.
The only thing I get from
Frosties.
Burger King is I get the French toast sticks from Burger King.
Yep. McDonald's,
And then
you
McDonald's
get fries.
I get fries or
Fountain Coke.
Okay, yeah. Well, Coke is Coke wherever you go.
True.
Um,
Oh, you get the McGriddles at
yeah,
McDonald's.
the McGriddles or the Egg McMuffins or whatever.
Yeah, breakfast. And then Wendy's, you'll just get a Frosty, if that.
Yeah, maybe.
The only place I ever had a fast food burger was Wendy's, and that's when we lived in Florida, and it was on the corner of our apartment complex. And I was like, I've never had a fast food burger. I trust Wendy's. And it wasn't bad. It's not an experience I'd like to repeat, but I just prefer pretty much every place that I go for fast food, I'm always getting chicken. And at this present moment in my life, Wendy's is the superior chicken option. We just got a Wendy's on our side of town, and I am in heaven. They've got I think their fries are superior to McDonald's. I will not take further comments.
Wendy's fries are better than McDonald's?
Yes. Their chicken nuggets
False.
are crisper. They are so much better.
I need
They're like juicier.
one of the windows in a limousine.
There's just like, I think everything about Wendy's is superior to McDonald's. I'm sorry to report if anyone has a problem with that. I will tell you that you should discontinue our friendship the way that you would if your favorite game was Monopoly with Ethan.
Okay, so let's see. Things that disqualify you from friendship. If Monopoly is your favorite game.
And if you prefer McDonald's to Wendy's.
If you prefer McDonald's. And there was one in one of the last episodes too.
I don't know.
What was it? I'm sure our loyal fans know exactly what I'm talking about. So they're probably screaming out. They're like, "It was this, you idiot! This! How do you not remember?
But have you ever
You
had
said it 2 months ago."
a negative sit-down restaurant experience? A negative, you went in, you had a bad time, you left. Again, either food that made you sick or food
There were
that was...
probably places where we went and had like a really long wait, which made a negative experience.
or anywhere that you went that you were like disappointed in, not necessarily what you ordered, but just like food quality or...
I just can't. No place is like coming to mind.
Great.
Honestly.
I will start the negative experiences then. We'll go backwards. I'll do my negative and then we'll do positive.
Yeah, if I have any.
I'm going to try not to name drop because it...
Drop them. Looking at you, Imperial Garden.
Well, here we are. So...
I know which story you're going to tell.
I know.
You told me right before this episode.
When I got my wisdom teeth out a couple of years ago, which that was a 10 of 10 experience. We'll talk about that at a different time.
That was a real 10 of 10 experience? keeping all four of your wisdom teeth.
Listen, if you have to get your wisdom teeth out and you live in Sioux Falls, the best place is over on Sycamore. I think they're like Dental Care Associates, I want to say. So it's like a very generic, but 10 of 10 would recommend, and it did not cost us a fortune. Like, it cost us half of what I thought it was going to. And I was in and out within a half an hour from like getting into the office to leaving.
Right. After that,
I wanted wonton soup. It was the only thing in the world that my heart desired. And in Sioux Falls, like, your Chinese places, I feel like, are few and far between and limited information and all of those kinds of things. So we found this place on the east side of town called Imperial Garden, and we decided to go there. And I ordered from online, and I ordered from their menu online, like on their website. And they didn't have any prices, and they didn't have any serving sizes. So I just ordered what Ethan wanted. I ordered what I wanted. And I don't even remember what you got, but I remember you getting lo mein. And I remember me getting wonton soup specifically because I couldn't eat, like, rice, obviously. I couldn't eat. There was a lot that you can't eat right when you get wisdom teeth out. And all I wanted was wonton soup. And it was also in the summer. So it's like, where else are you getting soup?
Well, and I was kind of operating under, like, you know how, like, you get, like, a plate at, like, Panda Express. Right. Where it's like you get your, you know, either your rice or your noodles, and then you can get 1, 2, or 3 entrees, and it's not like, you know, different meals.
So we order for takeout, we go over, we pick it up, we get there, it's $59. And I'm like, the what? Right.
We probably ordered,
because they didn't have serving sizes listed on their thing. So it was probably listed for...
I didn't realize some things like came with fried rice, but it didn't specify they were coming with fried rice. So we also ordered extra fried rice. And so the prices were probably a little bit higher since everything was coming with a side of fried rice.
Well, and I think too, it was just reflective of like portions for 2 to 4 each thing that we ordered. And so we ordered thinking portions for 1. And we, you know, so we got this like massive quantity of food. Ethan is a trooper, tips $10. We go home and we're just like, you know, whatever, we're going to do this. We spent $70 on Chinese food. And we get home and they gave you double chow mein instead of lo mein.
No, I want chow mein.
Oh, you want a chow mein. Great. So they gave you the opposite, whatever that is, lo mein. They gave you 2 lo mein, no chow mein, and they gave us no wonton soup. And I was so upset. Like, we just spent $70 when we didn't intend to, and I don't have wonton soup, and it's the only thing I want. Ugh. That was a sad day for me. Another bad restaurant experience here in town, if we're name dropping. Not bad necessarily, just disappointing. We had gone to Granite City. It's right next to Sicky's. We love Sicky's. Sicky's is a great restaurant experience every time we've been. But we went to Granite City one time.
Great, but not bad.
I mean, I'm just there for the vibes at Sicky's. So we went to Granite City one time. Got this appetizer of Idaho nachos. If you don't know what that is, it's amazing. Waffle fries, and then cheese and sour cream and bacon and chives, probably. Incredible.
I don't even think chives is a real name.
So very good appetizer. And then whatever we ordered after was just kind of meh. And then I don't think we even ordered dessert. And so we were like, okay, maybe that was like a one-off. So we went back again, did the same thing. And I can attest to this. Every single time we've been, it's always downhill after the Idaho nachos. Like, literally just go there for that and then leave. Don't get anything else.
I had a pulled pork sandwich in a waffle, I believe.
What?
That was pretty good. Because it was kind of like chicken and waffles. It was like pulled pork and waffles, but it was like a pulled pork sandwich because the waffle was like encasing the pork. That was pretty good, I will admit.
I just don't remember.
But Granite City never comes up on my list of places to go.
Right.
Like, if we're going to eat out, you know, we eat out infrequently enough that it's like, I don't want to like waste it by going to a place that is like hit or miss. Yeah. You know? I
will also say we had a similar like uphill, downhill experience at Outback. The one time we went to Outback here in town, it was crazy busy. We had a long wait. We get in, we got the kookaburra wings. They were awesome. Appetizer. So great. Mm-hmm. Got our entrees. My steak wasn't done all the way through. They were very generous in making up for it, where they brought me like a whole new steak and then a new side of shrimp because I got like a steak and shrimp platter. Mm-hmm. But it was just kind of okay. And then the dessert was really good. So it was like, all right, go for apps and desserts and then don't go for anything else.
That triggered my memory. Applebee's.
Yeah, Applebee's is
bad experience. I was going to say every time I go there.
Never go to Applebee's.
It's always burnt, overcooked, bad food.
Bland. Something is wrong with it every time.
like their
Nope.
food,
Yeah.
their ads look so good.
Uh-huh.
The food looks so good
It's
in ads.
always just this like hype
and like the
for
pictures and
disappointment.
everything. And then
And
you go there and it's like, this looked so good. And
Yeah.
then you get in, it's like, what is this like tiny piece of burnt steak that I
This
got?
is every Applebee's I've ever been to,
Every
regardless of
Applebee's,
state.
multiple states, multiple times.
Negative 10
Road
experience.
trips, always a bad experience.
Always a bad experience. I was just driving by Applebee's the other day and saw a family walking out, and I was like, "You did that to yourselves voluntarily? Like for what?" Definitely superior is Chili's every single time.
Yeah, Chili's
Every
is pretty
single
good.
We actually, I'm so sorry, Chili's, have not been to Chili's since we moved here.
Yeah, it's been like 5 years
So
at least,
sad.
probably 6 years since we've been to Chili's.
I love
Ever since we
Chili's.
stopped going after Icon.
Yeah. Yeah. Next
What
date
was
night,
Icon.
Chili's.
We'll just round up the Icon gang and
So those are a couple of bad restaurant experiences that I can think of.
what are some good ones?
Some good ones for me, I think of, we went to Maury's one time here in town, which someone was telling me the other day is apparently the most expensive restaurant in South Dakota. And I'm like,
I
how?
don't believe it. They probably have like just a couple of very, like if they have that Wagyu or
Wagyu,
whatever beef, like that's really
Yeah, yeah.
expensive. So if they have like a
I thought you
couple
were
of
talking about the
expensive things,
old-fashioned,
it might be they have the most expensive item, you know?
Oh, sure. Could be that.
Because I mean, we went and it was expensive, but
Yeah.
it was like just your
Maury's
normal.
is, so the first
fancy
time
expensive.
I went with a girlfriend who was, she took us and she took me and another one of her friends because her boo thing at the time was a manager for the restaurant. And so he's like, bring your friends, I'll feed you guys. And we only had to pay for drinks, which was just an incredible experience. And we sat in like the lounge area, we got appetizers, and we just went hard in the paint. I got this mashed potatoes side that serves 2 to 4. It was crazy. So I remember having a good experience, and then I brought Ethan back there for a date night. And the thing that I remember, I think, is like, obviously the atmosphere is incredible and the food is amazing. But the thing that I remember about it is they had a dessert wine pairing with their creme brulee, and then they had a wine that they paired with it. And I like remember being like, this is how food and alcohol should be experienced together. It was this very, very happy merriment of creme brulee and white wine. And I don't remember anything else about it. I just remember that being very
Sounds
like,
gross. All things I would not like. Creme brulee. bleh.
I
White
think you
wine,
tried it
bleh.
and you were like, ew, you can have this. And I was like, thank you very much. I remember feeling like this is how it should be. So Maury's is a good one. In general, we've had very good experiences at Rome here in town as well. Food good, service good, atmosphere good. So yeah, very good experiences there. I would say probably where I went growing up for special occasions was Olive Garden. That was our staple place to be. Occasionally Red Lobster. They were like even for us. I haven't been to Red Lobster in years. But Olive Garden and or Red Lobster, those were the fancy places you went. And I always remember getting a Shirley Temple. That was my like fancy drink that I was allowed to have. But most memorable restaurant experience for me was back in October of last year. So this is like a 5-year story circle roundabout. So for those of you who don't know, or are just not calling me this, my name is actually Lynora, Lynora. For anyone that knows me as Nora, my name is Lynora.
I feel like most people watching this would know that.
Know that? I don't know. Maybe.
It's always written Lynora and Ethan in the description.
well,
and
there
I've
you go.
always tagged you as your Instagram tag
Which
is
is
Lynora.
Great. I went by Nora for
I usually call
a
you
lot of
Lenora
years.
now, but Nora slips out every now and again just because that's what I called you when we first met. So
So when we were still living in Florida, Ethan and I went to Duckstoberfest in West Palm Beach, and we came across this restaurant called Lenora's, spelled the same way as my name. And I've met no other Lenoras in my life, and especially not spelled the same way. Usually people, when they're guessing how to spell my name, they go L-E-L-A. I've gotten every vowel except for Y. And so we found this place.
L-U. Lunora.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, what? How is that? And so we found this place called
I think you're like the
Lenora's,
moon.
L-Y, and we took a picture of me like under the sign, and I just remember like, we'll have to come back here. And then we moved. And I think we were dating. I don't even think we were married by the time when we took that picture. I think it was like almost like 5 years to the day when we went back last year, something like that, to go. So one of the things that I wanted to do when we went back to visit last year was go to Lenora's, and we did, and it was just everything I'd ever dreamed and more. And it was Italian, which is my favorite food. I just had the best time, and Ethan's parents were totally up for it. They were like, yeah, we'll go. And like West Palm Beach is like a 45-minute drive.
I used to drive there like
I
4
feel like
times a
it's
week.
long. Like, I feel like it's a
It's
long
a long
time
drive,
away.
but I used to do it all the time. So.
And so they drove us all out there, and we went, and I got a drink. I don't even remember what was in it, like an alcoholic drink that was called the Lynora. And I just was like, I had like a bag, all of their bags had Lynoras on it and all of these things. And so I just felt very, 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 very special that night and that whole restaurant experience. I think I was just like cheesing so hard the whole time. I was in this very cute jumper thing that I bought here in town in Sioux Falls at a rummage for pretty cheap, and I couldn't figure out how to fix it in the bathroom, and some very nice woman helped me. And it was just like a very good 10 of 10 restaurant experience at
The
Linora's.
question on everybody's mind right now, did it have pockets?
I don't remember. I think so. I don't know. It's in the closet. I haven't worn it since. It was very revealing for me. It was not my typical. We do have some selfies from it, and I remember taking selfies with you because I'm trying to capture this moment.
Yeah.
And in one of them, you can't
You can't see in the picture.
You can't see in the picture.
Grab your straps and yank them down because you were like, I can't
Just
do
felt
this. I was
so
like,
uncomfortable.
it's like, let's just take this picture and get it over with.
I just felt so uncomfortable. And then I think your parents gave us a framed photo of that
Something
evening
like that.
for
Yeah,
our
maybe
anniversary.
I think it might have been before. I think we were maybe in
before, yeah.
in the front yard.
Yeah.
Before we went.
But I just like at the edge of because Ethan and I have such a height difference to get both of our faces in it, it cuts me off pretty high. And so it just looks like I'm not wearing anything. Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah. My mom saw those like original photos, and she was like, "Wow, put a shirt on." Like jokingly, knowing that I was so bothered. She's like, "You look fantastic. Shut up. You're fine." But she knew that I was so bothered by it. Modest is hottest, y'all. Sorry if that's a controversial phrase. That's how I feel. Cover up except for your husband.
That's why I'm wearing my t-shirt today.
Now your crop top?
Not my crop top.
And your chubbies?
Not my skinny.
So that was probably my best restaurant experience, was going to Linora's.
Yeah,
and
it was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But yeah, restaurants, can't live without them. Can't live in them.
Yeah, I guess not. And
pretty sure it's a health code violation.
Yeah, and just don't throw mac and cheese down the side of a booth, okay?
But if you do, don't tell the waiter. Someone else's problem.